No more such clothing, bare bones broadcasting. I'm challenging 2 responses right now with the planet Earth. A ballot to get 2 things going, a conversation and a confession to your children. Move. You're handing your children a naked storyline that is vagrant to this planet. Confess you're living it too. A vagrant storyline that is driving this planet dormant and has for a long time. Confess that. They must do something with it. That confession and the priceless, remind them of the priceless aspects. You have a confession with your maker, you'll see the aspects in your mind. Remind them of generosity. Remind them how it's important for them to witness these assets and stay honest with themselves with it. The assets of their environment. Move. Have that confession, get a consensus among yourselves, have a vote, get more conversation, find somebody candid to talk back to you. You have no one to talk back to you now, candid. I'm talking back to you, candid. You are candid, and you don't have a candidate doing this, then you have no one. And I am not worthy to candidate. And I know that worthy isn't among you, even if you have to go to another genetic to find it. I hope there's one here in North America, only so far you haven't heard the voice of it. Have you? It takes a breakdown to hear that voice. Are you breaking down? You have a reason to break down. Have you failed enough to break down? One of the reasons I can break down, I failed enough to break down, and I started out that way. Now you got to outfail me. No, you got to break down more than me. You've got to touch more humans than me with your breakdown. Move! Well, you break down to do it. Don't brag. I have nothing to brag on. I'm a Jewish monarch that has got, it's nothing to brag on. It's the least, not the most. The least does the most, not the most. The least steers the great. You ever see the size of those ships? Have ya? Look what steers them. You ever see the size of a grid in an amplifier tube? What? Do you ever see what they add to a pot of molten metal to make it steel? A little label of ingredients makes all that steel. Astounding. Sometimes the smallest pill does the most in here. Smallest pill. Astounding. Of course, they ain't got a lot of filler in that pill. Yeah, the most expensive medication is the smallest without any filler. The cheapest has all this filler, very less than the smallest pill. Huh? Astounding. Simplicity has the fewest terms to, when you use terms accurately, there's fewer terms than if you use them inaccurately. When you use terms accurately, it's sometimes just an acronym. One statement. Then they dumb enough to invent a word around that and pass that acronym on instead of the statement. Did they get the picture, acronym? Using acronym for terms. Does anyone have the picture of this place? Take the words off everything, back up and watch it, the shapes hooked together. Can you name that? That's what you have to narrate. Can you narrate that? Because that's what you have to narrate. That action. And that's what you have to mimic also. Humanity. Yes, you do.